The 19th Camden International Film Festival is getting underway this evening. It features dozens of films, all of them documentaries, shown at 3 venues in the Midcoast.
We talked to the executive director of the Points North Institute, which presents the film festival, to get a preview of what's on tap.
Well, we're still in the documentary business, so we're screening about 60 films across 3 venues in the Midcoast region. I think one of the things that you're going to see a lot of this weekend is similar to what we've been building out in the past, which is just a significant international contingency of artists coming from all over the world, and really kind of centering, Midcoast, Maine is really the center of the global documentary community for 3 or 4 days. We might be in the eye of a hurricane, but we're also going to be in the center of this beautiful documentary community that has been developing over the past 20 or 30 years.
We've been talking with you since I think the first year of the festival, and it has gotten bigger. The prestige has grown. Its reputation has certainly spread around the world. How much easier is it now to get quality films than it was when you were starting out? So
filmmakers love it because it's a filmmaker-driven festival. They get to see work that is inspiring them, meet with their peers, not have to deal with some of the larger challenges of a festival that is focused on narrative as well. Camden has become a pretty critical stop for those filmmakers over the past 3 to 4 years, and it certainly brings in a level of excitement, interest, and awareness from the press and from the whole ecosystem that is running the documentary community.
Let's get a quick preview of some of the films you're going to show. We'll begin with one called The Arc of Oblivion. What's this film about?
So this is a great project that I think some people in Maine might already know about. It's by a filmmaker named Ian Cheney, who has screened a number of projects with us over the years. He happens to live in Maine full time now.
Everyone has an archive of sorts, a diary, a hard drive, even the pyramids of Egypt. I'm a filmmaker, and recently a sort of madness has overtaken me, a fear of losing the footage I've collected.
It's a really fun, beautifully put together film that should leave audiences thinking, but also enjoying themselves tremendously.
Another film that you're going to be screening is called The Lady Bird Diaries. What's the story here?
This film is about Lady Bird Johnson, who was meticulous at keeping a diary and audio transcripts of her time in this incredible transition the country saw during that time.
So here is the black beast of depression back in our lives. He was like a man on whom an avalanche had suddenly fallen. He said he didn't feel like making a single decision right now.
So it kind of gives a bit of a behind the peek of some of the decisions that were being made, how influential she was in those decisions, all set between this beautifully rich archive and Lady Bird's voice to these audio narrations, which is just a really immersive and beautiful experience. Anyone who lived through that time frame is going to have a real kind of connection to this work.
Let's touch on one more. This is a documentary called The Mission. Give us a quick snapshot of this one.
It's a story about 26-year-old American missionary John Chow, who was actually shot with arrows as he attempted to make contact with an indigenous group off the coast of India. Really one of the last communities living in complete isolation.
My friend John paid some pirates to go to an island to talk to people about Jesus when he knew that he had no business doing that.
What spun out of that was an international debate around colonialism, the ethics of missionary work, and exploration itself. And we're really excited about sharing it with our audiences on Friday night.
Everybody's keeping an eye on the weather for Saturday to see what happens with the storm. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what kind of outages we might have, other disruptions. For people who want to go see films on Saturday, what's the best way to get the most up-to-date information about what is happening with the festival?
Yeah, I would say sign up for communications. We will be sending information out to anyone interested in attending with updates. Our website will also be up to date, as well as Facebook and Instagram, the 2 major platforms that we use for communication. But hopefully it'll be just rainy enough to get to the theater safely and spend a day inside watching movies.
Again, the Camden Film Festival runs through Sunday.
The virtual version of the festival runs from September 18th to the 25th. Of course, you can find more information about all of it in the 207 section of our website or our app.